there, boys and girls, friends, men, women, everything in between, whatever you've got going on, I love you, and I'm glad that you're here with us. Thank you for being here with us. We are going to be rolling out all the stops tonight. I just did this because I just found out there is a gnarly situation getting situated down there in UC Berkeley, down there in California. As you guys well know, I'm from California. California used to be worth the shit. California is no longer worth the shit. California has turned into a terrible place to live, a terrible place to be. I personally don't even like going back to visit. I used to go back to visit every single year, and now it is a horrific place. It is a nightmare landscape of what it used to be in a lot of parts. Some parts are great. Northern California is beautiful. Some parts are great. There are just parts that are, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's parts of me that are pretty cool, but then you get down to other parts and you're like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The further south you go, the weirder shit gets. Man, that was a lot of information. Anyway, I love you guys. So we're going to be looking at this. So I'm going to be starting off. I think it's really important to start off here, with something factual and light, because I guarantee you, the stuff that I'm going to show you here in a little bit gets really graphic, and I don't want YouTube to take us down. I really don't want YouTube to take us down. YouTube, please do not take us down. We're going to start off with something light and fluffy, and then we're going to go into the real. So just be aware, we're going to do the topical overview, and then we're going to see the bloody fist fights and the crazy hoopla. Why do people not use that word anymore? Hoopla is such a good word. All right, you guys, so we are going to jump in here and check this out, just with the understanding that if you're squeamish, if you don't like fighting, if you're not good with blood, if you have problems with your intestinal fortitude, then maybe, just maybe, I'll give you a trigger warning before we go there. Anyway, also, real quick, pinned comment in the chat from our good homie Trev. By the way, shout out to all the mods. Is the link. If you want to get a Wood Chipper 2028 shirt, tank top, hoodie, hat, any of the above, that's where you can get them, you guys, along with the Make Pedophiles Afraid Again stuff. So we're about to jump in here. Check this out. This is the overview of what's going down.
All right, let's give you a live look tonight. This is on the campus of UC Berkeley. What we know tonight is that extra security is in place as people start to gather there. This is all ahead of Turning Point USA's tour stop on campus tonight. That's the group founded by the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk. And some Cal students say they are disappointed with the school for allowing this event to happen. KTV's Crystal Bailey joins us now from the campus. Crystal, how are things looking at this hour?
Yeah, that's right, Greg. The protests really have just begun. You can actually see another person here currently being detained. This is one of at least two people that allegedly got into some sort of altercation. There was blood splattered on the ground, and police stepped up and detained this is one of the two. And there were, again, a lot of protesters out here, steady a line.
They've got him bent over to arrest him. That's not good. I wouldn't like that, bro. Don't bend me over until we get back to the jail and it's time for me to bend, spread them, squat, and cough. Don't bend me over in public. I have PTSD.
Of people who are taking part in some of this protesting happening, and there are dozens and dozens of people in line here on their way into Zellerbach Hall, where the event for Turning Point USA is set to take place. But you can see it's very rowdy out here. There is a lot of law enforcement officials, and I can see that they are very much aware of what's going on here. This whole entire event is set to help in order for these folks to honor the life of Charlie Kirk.
So this was an event to honor the life of Charlie Kirk that Turning Point USA was putting together. And of course, a whole bunch of jackbooted thug trans queefa weirdos had to come in to mess the whole thing up. Motor Rocker, I'm not allowed to say Antifa in the super... Hold on. They won't let you say Antifa in the supers? Dude, they're so picky and weird, man. I don't understand that at all. That does not make a lick of sense to me. Motor Rocker said, I'd love to have one of these shirts. We might need a Make Antifa Afraid Again shirt. God, that is a great idea. Homie, that is such a good idea. Yeah, and they wouldn't let you say it. That's crazy. Love you, Moto Rocker. Christy said, peace, light, and love to all. Smash that like button. Yeah, please do, you guys. We need more like buttons up in here. And for tonight and tonight only, because I like you guys, because we're all friends, it is absolutely free to hit that like button. And by the way, I love your dog. What a sleepy good boy. Roll the Bones podcast. Just wanted to give a thanks to JD and all the Wood Chipper tribe for coming through last night. Much love, brother. That was an incredible podcast that you guys put on. I was so proud of you guys. And of course, my sister, Roma Army. Butt Knuckles said, hey, JD, long time no super chat. Butt Knuckles, it's always just good to see you, man. And I love your name, and you know that. That's what we got that shit going on. Life's been good to me, but not some of my friends. Just had a friend delete himself last Sunday. Hope all is well with you, bro. I'm so sorry. I have lost a lot of friends like that. My heart and prayers go out to you, brother. Glad to see you here with us tonight, man. Even though you're going through it, man, I understand that feeling. We love you, and we're glad you're here with us.
Many of these people using very strong words like fascism and Nazis.
Those words don't mean anything anymore, though. Like, genuinely and truly and authentically, in the chat, does a leftist, a liberal, someone with a septum ring, colored hair, wearing Birkenstocks, looking fucking homeless, any of the above, if they call you a Nazi, a fascist, a white supremacist, a chud, a bootlicker, any of that shit, does it mean anything to you? Give me a 1 for no and a 2 for yes. Does those words mean anything to you? 1 for no, 2 for yes. Let me know in the chat.
And you can see there's a lot of activity as the line is formed to get into the hall. Doors have opened at 5 o'clock, and this event, again, being held in honor of Charlie Kirk. The late Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA on its last stop of the nationwide tour, with comedian Rob Schneider stepping in for the...
So we have a vast majority of no's. We have a couple people, few people, maybe, it looks like maybe, 2% of the people are saying that, yes, those words still mean something to me coming from these people. Now, listen, if someone that I respect and that I know actually knows the meaning of these words were to call me that, it would mean something to me. But it's people, it has to come from somebody that I know isn't going to abuse the meaning of a word that should be important because they have no other argument. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for participating in that. I'm glad that I'm not the only one because literally and honestly, if I'm out in the streets and someone that looks like they just crawled out of a fucking, a fucking tent, a fucking alleyway, you know what I'm saying? Like they just got released from the county jail at 4 o'clock that morning. Calls me, a Nazi, a fascist, a white supremacist, any of these types of words, racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, any of that shit. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore, bro. That shit is done and over. Y'all abused that word. It's like the story of the boy who cried wolf. Y'all remember that story? Kid kept going, a wolf, a wolf. He fooled you guys. And then the wolf came and you know what it did? It ate his fucking ass. I don't mean the wolf ate his ass in like a bestiality sense. I mean it ate the child. That was terrible. I'm sorry. It ate the kid, bro. It ate the damn kid.
Event on UC Berkeley's campus. The event is stirring up controversy with groups organizing protests like BAM or By Any Means Necessary, a coalition to defend affirmative action and immigrant rights.
We want to make clear that we're not going to be intimidated, and this is not the campus to do this on.
The campus spokesperson tells us 4 students were arrested overnight for vandalism in relation to the event. Flyers are hung around Sproul Plaza opposing the conservative movement.
Charlie Kirk was not about promoting free speech and open debate. He was about trying to bully and intimidate people.
You're a fucking retard. Charlie Kirk was all about free speech. And he literally let people talk. He wouldn't even interrupt people the majority of the time, unless they were saying something really disgusting or they were disrespecting him and interrupting him. Charlie Kirk was great at allowing people to speak their truth. And he often, I saw multiple times where Charlie would be like, you know what? You've actually changed my mind here. They never show those fucking clips, though. They always show the ones where it's 3 seconds of what he actually said that makes him look bad. And I'll admit, at first, I didn't really like Charlie because all I had seen was those clips. And I was like, this dude seems kind of he seems kind of racist. He seems kind of thisist or thatist. And then I actually looked into it and I was like, holy shit, these people are retarded and they're liars. Just like this dude. Now, he might have only seen those few second clips. And that's why I have some sympathy. But, I'll put the full clips in context up and people will be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not listening to this white supremacist nonsense. And it's like, bro, my guy, die in a car crash today. Do it today. Expediently. Head-on collision. You fucking cuck. You don't deserve to be here.
Into silence and submission.
For much of the day on Monday, things remained peaceful. UC Berkeley says it's treating the event like any other major event and upholding the First Amendment.
The campus fully supports the rights and ability of every single student organization to invite whatever speakers they wish, regardless of their beliefs or perspectives.
We reached out to event organizers who were unable to provide an on-camera interview, but the president of the Cal chapter of Turning Point USA says their organization has robust membership, and the event sold out all 1,900 tickets.
So there was 1,900 people that wanted to go here to hear what these people had to say. People that, maybe they fully aligned with what was being said. Maybe they didn't. Doesn't matter, dog. They wanted to go and they wanted to hear opposing viewpoints. They wanted to be a part of this event. And these other people decided that what they want is more important. So they were going to pull some crazy, violent, leftist retard shit so that they could silence people that they disagree with. But they called them the fascists. You are using violence and threats to silence your political opposition, but it's the other guys that are the fascists, right? Make that make sense. I don't think we should censor anybody, bro. I think the people that have the most extreme shit to say, I think we should let them speak. And then we should decide. That's kind of what this country was built upon. It's the First Amendment because it's that fucking important. And the Second Amendment is there in case somebody tries to step on the first one. Do you guys agree? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know in the chat, man. Yo, Adventures with Maxwell. I love you. It's great to see you and Maxwell again this evening. Fish nipples. Hold up. Those calling people Nazis have no clue the evil the real Nazis perpetrated. And that's facts. It's disrespectful. I'm seeing so many ones in the chat, so many yeses in the chat. I see 1, 2 thinks that we should, censor people and silence people that we disagree with. And that's okay. You know what? I disagree with you, my guy. And you have every right to your opinion and to not be censored. So, the truth, I'm from Cali and these commie crats piss me off. They're just actual Nazis because they kill people who they don't like. Just look at Charlie. Facts, my guy. Facts upon facts. There's layers of factualations happening up in this bitch tonight, dog. Jackie Ray Dowdy, what's up, man? Hey, JD, if I sent you a link to a news article, could you give me your opinion? Youth crime in Australia is out of control right now. You know what? That sounds like something I'd be very interested in, homie. Please shoot me a link. Hit me either on X in DMs, preferably X in DMs. Insta has gotten so bogged down from people here. And then I just hit 400,000 over there. X, I don't have that many. So, please send it to me on X if you have an X. Motor Rocker, we should put up a big reward for any of the people making claims about Charlie to produce a legit video to prove their point. Needs full video vids, not clips. And that's an absolute great idea. That is an absolute great idea. Is this guy 60 years old? Who, me? We're not friends, Easy. We're not friends, bro. I came out here to try to be nice to you. You said the mean thing to me, and now I need the binky. Now I need the little sucky off the big 60 years old. Holy shit. What are you, 12, dog? Do I look 60 years old? Holy shit. I mean, I know I got a little Peckerwood chrome up in this bitch, I know that I got a little bit of that gray hair up in this beard, but 60? Man, that was brutal, dog. Butt knuckles. My ancestors were in those camps. My grandfathers fought them. To be called that is mind-blowing. These people have lost the plot. 1,000% agree with you, homie. 1,000% agree with you. Dee said, I'm 60. JD is definitely not 60. You are not a day over 23, my friend. You are not a day. I just saw somebody, 38 tops. I thought you were like 45. You don't look 60. See, I have a lot of friends, bro. I have a lot of friends. You said the mean thing, and I have a lot of nice friends. Love you guys. Thank you. Dominar! Antifa people try to lick the stained glass windows to find out what flavors the colors are. Bro, that's big facts right there, man. These people are violently fucking low IQ. Fish nipples. I love your name, dog. And that profile picture to go with it is crazy. Look at Ernest Röhm. I think I pronounced that right. Hitler's closest friend was on a sexual assault leader, an SA leader, and was killed the night of the long knives due to Röhm being gay. Hitler ordered it. The left is just like the Nazis, and they don't even see it. I agree. The left has always been the party that has been more aligned with things like the KKK and the Nazis, but they think that they're in the right. You cannot convince them that they're not in the right, and it's absolutely crazy to me, bro. Greg, what's up? All leftists aren't violent. Oh wait, yes they are. No, I'm gonna stand up and say that not all leftists are violent. There's a lot of leftists that aren't violent. They have violent viewpoints. They advocate for violence with their words, but many of them are far too cowardly to go out and be violent, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you have people on the right that advocate for violence as well. It's, I think what the problem is extremists on both sides. I think both sides have extremists. And I think once you don't have to be middle of the lane per se. And you don't even have to, I'm not in a political party at all. I'm in the wood chipper party, dog. But once you hit extremist on a broad spectrum of issues, you've lost the plot, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I'm an extremist when it comes to pedophiles. And honestly, I think I'm very modest and moderate. I think I'm very conservative when it comes to pedophiles. I think that a wood chipper is a very kind and compassionate ending for them compared to what they've done to a child. I could come up with much worse. Things that I am not allowed to say on the internet. Darkside Dabber, happy 250th U.S. Marine Corps. Thank you for all your service. And yes, I just dropped a video about the frat in North Carolina where their fraternity pledges initiation is to beat up and rob a Marine for their CAC. CAC, not cock. Their CAC, which is their military ID. And what a crazy time to do it, with it being the 250th year of those devil dogs, those cran-eating animals, those absolute gangsters protecting our freedoms and our people and our way of life, man. Much respect to the Marines and all active military and all veterans, man. Thomas said, I tried to edit Antifa on Wikipedia and it wouldn't let me. Typically, you can edit almost anything on Wikipedia, but it was locked. Makes you go, doesn't it? Motor Rocker, make a shirt that says FTC. Fuck that chicken! Death's Messenger, I believe in free speech, but I won't afford the left that wants to kill me the right of free speech when they would take it from me using violence. Well, I think that, being neither right or left, I would like to see everybody act the way they would like to be treated. But I feel I understand that's a very idealist way to look at it, man. Richard Rogers, Rob Schneider's killing it at Turning Point USA. He's a great speaker and should run for Congress. I have not actually heard him speak. I've only seen him act. So I would be very interested to hear him actually speak. The Truth, wow, that one guy stole my stained glass window saying from yesterday. Dirty pool, my guy. Oh, man. It's going to be a joust, bro. Yo, and the Wood Chipper 2028 profile picture. Dude's Details profile picture is the white version of what I got on right now. Got my merch from Bunker Branding, dog. Legit quality gear. One love and keep banging. Dudes Detail, I am so honored that you are out there rocking the fucking gear, representing our party, the Wood Chipper Party. We're taking over in 2028, my guy. And just so you guys know, if you want to rep too, if you want to be one of the cool kids, it is the pinned comment in the chat is the link to Bunker Branding to be able to grab that merch. Trump Bunny 24. I support Trump. Before Trump, I ignored it all. Well, you know what? If you feel represented by Trump and you think he puts America first, then I support that. We're going to get back into this because we're getting real close to the amount of time it takes before I can show you guys the actual bloody brutal shit. The not on YouTube shit, the shit that's on X.
The student organization also says it has a plan in place to address protesters should things get heated. Mary and Carol, attending from the South Bay.
They had a plan in place. I almost choked on my fucking monster when she said that because I've seen exactly what ends up happening, and the plan they had in place didn't work out too well.
They say they're looking forward to honoring Kirk and his memory.
We're here to honor Charlie, and we want to spread the word that for the young people.
Now you can see that the mood from earlier today that was mostly peaceful on Sproul Plaza has definitely changed over the last.
So we're going to give you the close-up. This is the overview. I'm going to give you, Richard. I say sketchy shit all the time, bro. Yeah, I almost choked on my monster. We're seeing the overview of this. I'm going to give you some of the close-ups and the bloodies here in a minute.
Couple of hours, those two people being detained in the last 15 minutes, and there was a large law enforcement presence. It appeared to be one member of those two people detained was a Turning Point USA attendee, and another appeared to be a protester, and they clashed, and again there was blood splattered on the ground, and the protesting continues out here now, right outside Zellerbach Plaza, where the entrance and the doors have just opened. You can see there are folks lined up and a very heavy presence of law enforcement here. There's also San Francisco Sheriff's Office that are here. There's hired security. But overall, you know, inside the actual event, there's a lot of, there's a gate here, a barricade keeping folks that are protesting out and the people who are attending in. Again, relatively peaceful earlier today, but you can see it has gotten...
Imagine being in the United States of America, the greatest country on fucking earth, the freest country on earth, and you get attacked by your fellow citizens for wearing a shirt that says freedom on it. Let that sink in. Your fellow countrymen, your American brothers and sisters, attack you for wearing a shirt that says freedom on it. That is absolutely, literally insane. These people are insane, bro. Like, there's no other way to put that. It's insanity.
Very heated and very active in the last half hour out here, Greg.
Yeah, rapidly developing situation there, Crystal. As things have sort of ramped up, have you seen additional resources from law enforcement or private security being brought in tonight at this hour?
I will say earlier today, I mentioned we saw Sheriff's Office deputies from San Francisco. They confirmed today that their special response team was sent out to Berkeley in case this did get escalated. And there's campus police, and I'm sure there's a number of, like I mentioned, those hired security teams. I did reach out to Turning Point USA. I wasn't able to get an interview, but the Cal campus president tells me that they did have heightened security, that they have a plan in case this protest did erupt. So yeah, it's definitely a different scene here than it was a couple hours ago.
Yeah, Crystal, I know you've been running around for attendees who are actually going inside Zellerbach Hall. Are they going through screenings or security there before they can get inside? I know there's a no bags policy tonight.
Yeah, that is right, Zach. Greg, there is no bag policy. You can see in the end.
Why do you think they have to do that? Why do you think that they have to have a no bag policy? Because people end up getting executed, assassinated at these events for speaking their mind. And keep in mind, Turning Point USA has a very diverse group of people working for them. I hung out the other night with Jonathan Show. from Turning Point USA. An Asian American. Great dude. Funny dude. He's a bit of a troll. I fuck with Jonathan very heavily. Really good dude. We're mutuals. So yeah, that's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. We're going to jump over to the more bizarre footage. We're going to get to the less PG stuff here. Now it's been, 25 minutes. Yeah, I think we're more than safe here. So we're going to be jumping over to X, where they have the real weirdo shit. You can find the real weirdo shit over on X. I spend hours of my life scouring X to find things to show to you guys. And here's my friend Jonathan I was just talking about. Some of the stuff that we're going to be watching is footage that he got live from the ground. So we're going to be going in here. Now, really, this whole thing started with that one fight that we saw the overview for. We're about to be looking at that right now. Let's check that out. And by the way, this is the trigger warning for anyone who's, has problems with violence or blood, because I'm not sure if this dude got stabbed. It's hard to really tell if this dude got stabbed or what, but check this out.
Break it up! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Hey, white boy! Break it up! You're bleeding, bitch!
Do you see this? This dude is yelling, "Hey, white boy! Hey, white boy! You're bleeding, bitch! Hey, white boy!" The cop literally has to use his bike as a barrier to keep this dude away from this dude who's already bleeding out of his face. He's on the ground on his knees, and he's hurling white boy like it's an insult. Now, I don't know what the demographic, and honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now, I don't give a flying fuck, because I don't think there are races. I think there's one race. I think it's the human race. I think there are people, and I think there are pedophiles. I think people all deserve respect. I think pedophiles deserve the fucking wood chipper. That's a very simple, it's a very simple principle that I live by. But have you guys noticed that there is a lot of escalated amounts of racism towards white people recently? And if you have, put a 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. Do you guys see an escalation not only in people being racist against white people, but people thinking that it's okay to be racist against white people? Like they're normalizing being racist against white people and perpetrating violence for it. Now, I would be just as opposed if it was people from the black community, the brown community, the Asian community, any other community. I would be like, you know what? Fuck that. That's wrong. But why is it so okay in today's society right now when it's people that are pasty like me? I already get sunburned every time I touch the outsides, bro. What more do you want from me? I get burnt every time I go outside, motherfucker. You want to fucking hurt me for being pasty? That's crazy work, G.
Hey, white boy! You're bleeding, white boy!
See?
Hey, white boy! You're bleeding!
Hey, white boy, you're bleeding. And this cop is literally using his bike to fend off other people that are trying to jump in on this attack.
What happened? What happened, white boy? Relax. Take a deep breath. Relax.
That was a big old wildebeest. That cop, there was a big old bitch, bro. That was a swamp donkey that tried to jump in and the cop knocked her down with his bike. That's hella rad. Old Big Bertha took a little pavement fucking lay down. The dude's taking pictures. They're like, hey. But look at this dude's face. Look at this dude's face right now, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at his face. He got whomped on, dog. That he was not winning. Today was not winning for him.
Relax. What happened, white boy? Hey, white boy, what the fuck happened?
Guys. You guys tried to rob me? Okay.
You guys step back, please.
Yeah, so there's a longer video that we could go to for context. If you guys want to sit through the longer video for context, we can absolutely do that. But the guy that he got in the altercation with grabbed a rack of t-shirts, just like the ones he's wearing. Red t-shirt, it says freedom on it. And I believe on the back, it has a cross that says Jesus Christ saves. And it's a Turning Point shirt. And the dude grabbed a bunch of them, tried to run off with them. And dude went to try to get him back. And the dude attacked him. So that should be a robbery. Like a violent robbery. And if he has any weapons on him, if that blood coming out of his face is from anything other than a fist, then he should be fucked. God is good all the time. Ma'am, we absolutely, or sir or ma'am, we absolutely have more footage. Do you want to see the what started it? We could do that. We could do that.
You guys can film, but just hey, you got cracked up. You got cracked.
Well, I would say between the two of them, we see this. I don't know if he's Middle Eastern or what, but we could see he did not get fucked up. Look at that cop got a full sleeve too, dog. Cop got a beard and a full sleeve. But the Middle Eastern looking fellow who he was fighting with does not appear to be scuffed. It's just the Turning Point shirt salesman who's definitely got mixed up.
Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Can you please move away from people? What's that?
Why is he hiding his face? Why is he hiding his face from the camera?
Do you want to tell us what happened?
All right, you guys want to see the context as to what started that? We saw definitely the aftermath. Let's go over here. Front lines. TPUSA. I could take us right to it. Where is that? Right here. Okay, so it's an 8-minute video. We're going to skip some of this. He's holding up the shirt. Jesus Christ is the way, or whatever.
Hello! I first want to thank all of you all for coming out here. And I do want to pay attention to our comrade right here. They have a point.
To our comrade. Why do you talk like a fucking communist, bro? Why do you have that fucking rag on your face and you're talking like a communist? I want to give a shout to my comrade.
It is our job as students to be educators within the student movement. It is not enough to say fuck fascism when we don't tell why we need it.
Okay, you see that? Dude comes, takes a bunch of shirts, throws the shirts.
Okay, and this is it.
Guys, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly.
And then, boom. So it's a different dude that threw the shirts, but over here, they're fighting, and they're fighting right in front of the cops.
Break it up! Break it up! Break it up! By the police, break it up! Break it up! Break it up! The guy with the red! The guy with the red! The guy with the red! Break it up! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Hey, white boy! Break it up!
That's a lot of blood. Are you guys seeing this coming out? Are you guys seeing this coming out of his face, bro?
Yep. Hey, white boy! You're bleeding! Break it up! Break it up! What happened? What happened? Relax.
There's a lot of blood coming out of homie's face right there, man. That's crazy. The dude yelling, white boy is the one who threw the shirts. Good eye. Good eye, N. I appreciate that.
What happened, white boy? Hey, white boy, what the fuck happened?
No, because I think the dude who threw the shirts had a camouflage hoodie on. Different dude. The face does bleed a lot. The face does bleed a lot, but he might have got hit with something, brass knuckles. He might have got hit with some blunt force object. We just don't know.
Ah, guy. Guy tried to rob me. Okay.
Bro, a lot of these cops got full sleeves. That's crazy.
You guys step back, please. You guys come film with us. Give us a little.
That's Savannah Hernandez right there from Turning Point USA. The Asian journalist.
Hey, white boy, you learned your lesson?
Back up.
And you hear, I believe it's Savannah Hernandez saying, you should be arresting the person who beat him up and tried to rob him. All he's doing is selling shirts.
Why aren't they getting arrested for beating him up? Why are you arresting the people that beat him up?
No, I used to be Charlie Kirk used to be I got fucking robbed, bro.
Hey, we're gonna get you medical attention, okay, Mr. Rock?
You'll be remembered as
I
a
don't
martyr.
need medical attention. I need fucking change.
That's crazy. Look at all the blood on Homeboy's face, man. Homeboy definitely got gaffled right there, bro. That is no bueno. Motor Rocker said, I'd have more money for merch if I wasn't doing these super chats. I love you, Motor Rocker. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much for helping out and supporting us here. The dude, H guy, was a National Socialist, pretty left. So here's the thing. You hear all these lefties talking about they want one form of socialism or another. But do you know what the word Nazi meant? It was the German National Socialist Party was what it stood for. But Nazi just had a ring to it. But it was literally a socialist party. So all these people that say that they want socialism and then they call anybody who disagrees with them Nazis, yeah, do that math. Lily, what's up? I love your dog. Happy 250th birthday to the United States Marine Corps and happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans. Much love. We love our veterans here. We love our Marines here. Bombiero, USMC older than the USA. Semper Fi. I know that's right. Hell yeah, brother. Texas T, so good to see you. JD, Telegram and Reddit are hubs for Antifa to plan and coordinate attacks. Let your justice contacts know about that. So, I actually put them in contact with Ty, the ex-Antifa member that did an interview with us here, so that he could put them directly on to what, needed to happen and give them all the information he possibly could. I love you, Texas T. Great to see you. Mara said, I'm a daughter to a retired Marine and mother of a retired Army son. Thank you all veterans. I am the son of a Marine. A combat Marine who served in Vietnam. Big love to you. Trena said they detained the Freedom guy to please the libs. 1,000%. That's exactly what happened. William Osterman. Evening, JD. Those frat boys must not know what makes the grass grow. I hope these Marines from Jacksonville area keep some trophies of that frat. Here's a hoorah for my brothers and sisters celebrating our birthday. Love you, homeboy. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Trina said, it looks like he was handed a weapon. I would not doubt it. These people are cowards and they don't got the handsies. Fish nipples. I used to research Antifa members and give their info over to some of my friends. I know people in the mob and some in the Hells Angels. They may be criminals, but they love American values. And look, man, I know a lot of angels, bro. And they are very passionate, patriotic people. So I 100% agree with you on that, dog. Hey, what's up, Raul? Hi from my vacation trip in Japan. Bro, you are in Japan? I'm jealous, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm peanut butter and jealous as fuck. That sounds dope, man. I hope you're having the best time of your life. Dominar said, a amoeba cell is 2% smarter than most Antifa members. At least they have a better survival instinct too, Serenity Gaming Studio. I was supposed to be here today. Only reason I didn't go was because I have a cold. I'm the greeter for TPUSA branch in the area. Well, I'm glad that you're safe and I hope that you feel better very soon. The truth, in 1940s, Tiny Mustache Man was a socialist. Antifa was the commie party that fought against him. And now look at them. Look at the way they conduct themselves now. It's kind of crazy. Kind of a little bit trippy. All right. So we saw that video. There's a whole bunch more on this. It's a very long video. I grabbed the streamlined videos to bookmark to share with y'all. It gets a lot dicier. As you guys will soon see, there is a lot more that goes down. Let's jump in here. Ooh, yeah, rope 'em. She said that's racist. She said that's racist. You grabbed the guy with the sign who was wilding out. That's racist. Imagine you pay money to send your kids to a college like this, and that is a white person. That is a white person. And the cops grab the white person and they're like, that's racist. These people are fucking retarded. Imagine how ashamed you'd be if you were spending money to send your kid to an expensive college and then you end up seeing them doing this type of activity. Like, you're like, what did I spend my money on? My kid's a retard. Why did I do this? I'm making my kid actively worse.
The epidemic of left-wing violence and Antifa-inspired terror has been escalating for nearly a decade.
So this isn't all current footage, but I think this is a really cool video that Turning Point put on. I want to watch this with you guys.
President Donald Trump's Department of Justice is moving swiftly to prosecute alleged members of Antifa after he signed an executive order declaring the militant anti-fascist movement a domestic terrorist organization.
These are agitators, anarchists, and they're paid.
Accused of causing chaos and destruction, especially in American cities like Seattle and Portland.
They want to overthrow the government.
But extremism researchers like Karlin Borisenko say in order to fully understand what fuels this decentralized network.
And so you're going to get a really inside look at like the agenda of the far left.
The Bay Area Anarchist Book Fair in Oakland is where to begin.
A lot of this stuff is about doing illegal stuff, like...
We just have to sort of watch our backs here.
I got you. A lot of this comes from their publishing company called Crime Think.
Borisenko and I recently went undercover and discovered a disturbing world that goes beyond t-shirts and New York Times bestselling authors.
Be gay, do crime. Holy shit, bro. Imagine writing a book and calling it Be Gay, Do Crime.
And this one literally says anti-fascist action.
Training mark.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that Karlin, for a minute, you know, she does infiltrate some book fairs and bookstores, but she comes out and, bro, she just acts so nasty to people, bro. So nasty. I actually watched a live that she was on with Enrique Toro from, well, he's the leader of the Proud Boys. He's Cuban, by the way. Leader of the Proud Boys. And she was just so nasty and rude and mean. She's personally attacked me multiple times over on X. So I personally am not a fan of Dr. Karlin. You know, I think that she has, you know, put herself a couple times in some situations that might have been sketchy, but I don't really think she puts out that much information that's worth a fuck, bro. Like, I've looked into all of her research and it's like, okay, you went to a fucking bookstore, lady, and you act like you're a fucking, some sort of an expert on things. She's just going out and, you know, it is kind of important because I will give her credit. These pamphlets and leaflets give a look into, you know, what their principles are. But, like, the people who are going out there and actually facing off with these maggots are the people who I think are important.
Martial arts for anti-fascism. They are a decentralized group, that's very true. But it's like, this is how they coordinate, is through the zines, through the publications, things like that.
Borisenko says this is where the radical left organizes, recruits, and indoctrinates the next generation of Antifa militants.
And she's probably not wrong about that, but, like, I would say that probably way more of a machine for indoctrinating them is is just our college campuses, bro. The comments about her are fucking crazy. The comments about her are fucking crazy. Y'all see right through her. Fucking love that. Love that. Love that y'all see right through her. I'm trying to be kind too. I don't want to like attack other journalists and shit like that. So I'm being a lot kinder than what I really actually want to say. But she's not the type of person I want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Bearded Monarchist said, Enrique Tarrio is based. Well, good. I'm glad that you think so, because we're going to be having a discussion, on, for this community. I want to know more about the organization of the Proud Boys, because I'm very uneducated about the Proud Boys. And to be fair, I gave fucking Chandler, the head of Rose City Antifa, a platform. So I want to sit, and I've been talking to Enrique, and he's just a fucking nice dude, bro. Like, genuinely, like a dude that, like, back when I was drinking, I would sit down and drink with the dude. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely think the dude's just a chill dude, but I don't know a lot about their organization, and I want him to be able to give it, because all I've ever heard is, oh, they're white supremacists, and then I find out the leader is a fucking Cuban, dude. Like, visibly Cuban. And he's a genuinely nice dude, so I want to hear what he has to say. I honestly, I will platform people whether I agree with them or not, and I'm not sure if I agree with them or not, because I haven't got to talk to him in depth about this shit, and we're going to see. We're going to see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking to him real soon on here. Somebody said, let's see. Somebody said she's brash as fuck, but she does have an amazing library on the far left. She does a great job of going and picking up leaflets and books and shit. She does do that.
If I take this? Yeah. Thank you.
Generously giving away free propaganda material on how to mobilize for a violent direct action. Selling soccer scarves to fundraise for an Antifa bail fund.
Basically for folks that get into trouble with the government crackdown, what do you think is going to happen now?
It's a good question.
And pushing tons of material.
Yep, we're a bookstore and art gallery.
Like these XXX LGBTQ comic books, easily accessible to children. Then there are the workshops, including a DIY abortion session, where organized...
A do-it-yourself abortion session, bro. What the fuck, bro? A do-it-yourself abortion session. What the fuck, bro? Teaching people to...
claim women's reproductive rights are under attack in America.
I know some of you have heard about our abortion cards.
Teaching attendees how to make their own morning after pills through this video.
Second stop so that you clear it, and that's all.
Bro, I don't care what the fuck is happening in life. I don't care what the fuck is happening in life. I'm not giving my chick a homemade abortion thing. Homie bro said, JD, don't support your annex. That's fine. You don't have to. You're still here hanging out. I respect you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And Kathy, I've actually been talking to him for a while now. Really fucking cool dude, bro. Like 100%. And I've even been on film saying fuck the Proud Boys. And he approached me with respect and was like, I just don't think you know. I think that you've heard a lot about. So here's the thing. I feel the same way about, the Charlie Kirk scenario. I told you guys that I only saw clips about Charlie Kirk. And for a minute I thought, maybe this is like what it is, what they're saying. I feel like maybe I got okey-doked the same way that I did with Charlie Kirk about, what was being told to me about the Proud Boys. I'm going to find out. By talking to them directly and going to the source. And Enrique's been kind enough to say he'd sit down and talk with
it takes.
That's easily accessible on YouTube.
First dose left. Mr. Bristol is...
So if you guys want to find this video on how to make your own home abortion drugs, there's a YouTube video apparently. Holy shit, take that down. What the fuck?
Incredibly safe drug. It's safer than Tylenol.
Abortion is critical to far left strategies because they believe it liberates women from being a part of the gender binary.
Homemade abortion drugs are safer than Tylenol. What in the actual fuck?
The gender binary is one of the oppressive mechanisms of capitalism. And so if they can liberate women from the reproductive obligations that they have as women to raise kids in capitalist families and stuff like that, they believe that's a blow to capitalism.
Can I get a ice?
The all-day sessions ended with a panel on organizing against ICE. Representatives from...
That's Portland, and that's them Jump Out boys. I was there that night. That was fun to watch.
NorCal Resist dressed up as Hamas terrorists in what they're now calling Kafia Bloc, instead of Black Bloc, since they know federal authorities are scrutinizing Antifa more than ever.
We have implemented things to counter their tactics, so we're constantly evolving, forcing them to change.
Despite the change in appearance, their goal...
There's Tommy Boy! And that fucking chicken! I hate that chicken!
Goals remain the same.
Because we're being so successful.
Declare class warfare. Use the latest protest movement to destabilize the U.S. government, tear down capitalism, and anything related to Israel.
So somebody said, who said that? Kimberly Rule, I love you, sis, said, I call BS on the homemade abortion pill being safe. In the chat, how many of you, give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no, how many of you would trust homemade abortion pills that you got off of a YouTube video recipe? 1 for yes, 2 for no. How many of you would trust homemade abortion pills you got off a YouTube video? Nope. Yeah, I don't see a single fucking one, homie. I don't see a single one. Holy shit. Pedos trying to legitimize crime. Facts. I've been doing a deep dive with Dave Strangewood, Nathan Wood. I've been doing a deep dive into how many of these Antifa people that get arrested in Portland are actually convicted sex offenders. And so far, it's like about 70% of them that I've looked into.
Then usher in a violent revolution.
It's funny that he said usher in because that dude on screen right now, his name's Asher.
Built on socialist and communist ideals. This playbook is pretty much laid out in all their material.
Welcome to the Church of Satan Anarchists.
But most unsettling of all, multiple vendors embrace teachings from the occult and Satan worship.
Explicitly anarcho-Satanism.
This man altered the Antifa logo and added prongs from a devil's pitchfork.
Satan!
Then asked people to put on this...
Look at these fucking people, bro. Look at their eyes. Look at their weird ass eyes, bro. Holy fuck, bro. Man. The Angry Oregonian, what's up, brother? How are ya? Hell yeah, good to see you here.
Lucifer mask and recite their allegiance to the Prince of Darkness.
Satan, the eternal rebel, the first free thinker, and the emancipator of worlds.
The next day, Borisenko and I flew to the Emerald City to meet citizen journalist Matthew Adams.
You can feel the heat.
Who's been covering Antifa chaos for several years.
They're absolutely trying to recruit for Antifa.
We infiltrated the Seattle Anarchist Book Fair hosted by the Vera Project.
They want to put our picture up there for being a fascist.
And were immediately greeted by a massive board featuring a so-called wall of fascists. That's us in the photo.
Yep. There's all three of them. You know, it's funny because Matthew Adams went out of his way to fucking announce to Antifa on his X account that Tommy and other patriots from Portland were going to be in Seattle. He went out of his way to announce it to Antifa. It's funny that he infiltrates Antifa, but yet warns them when patriots are going to be going to give them a little bit of pushback. Carlin did the same thing. So it's like, what side of the fence are you on? And how is it that you so easily infiltrate this shit? Yeah, Cassie, so did Carlin. They both were giving public warnings to Antifa about patriots that are literally on a hit list. There is a hit list. There is, like they have this wall, they've been making flyers. Hold on 1 second. They've been making flyers of these people that they don't like in Portland, Oregon. That's why when I went out there, I made this. This is one of them. And if you'll notice, the chief of police is right smack dab in the middle. That is Chief Bob Day. This is my, not a hit list, but an identification list of all of them, a bolo, a be on the lookout, the Timu Antifa members, and we are passing those out down there. Dr. Carlin was warning Antifa that people that they actively want to harm were going to be in Seattle.
Once we got in wearing disguises, the messaging and the vibe were pretty much the same as the Oakland Book Fair. More far-left propaganda, calls for anarchist violence against the ruling class.
I hope to see all of you soon, 10 minutes.
And hyper-sexualized content targeting minors.
Hyper-sexualized content targeting minors. Holy fuck.
Even obtained a flyer for an Antifa direct action in a city park.
And that was the night that Tommy and the Patriots were going to go up there, and Carlin warned Antifa.
Scheduled for Halloween Eve.
Stop filming, please. Stop fucking filming. Red pants, Jonathan Show.
Adams and I were eventually outed and chased by a group of angry transgender activists.
Even with this amazing t-shirt, they know us for these direct actions.
We're going to Left Bank Books, which is a far-left revolutionary bookstore.
Borisenko spent the remainder of her time plotting out the constellation of bookstores in Seattle that are keeping these ideas alive.
You know, it's the direct action fascist, anti-fascist arrows.
With more Americans now realizing the danger posed by Antifa and their followers.
The rioters that were saying kill ICE agents.
Federal authorities are also trying to disrupt the terror group's funding network.
We are following the money.
But like a hydra,
And I won't give a fuck.
cutting off one head will likely sprout several others.
They are harming everyday citizens in every single one of our communities.
Because Antifa is fueled by an allegiance to extremist ideology, not just a bank account.
So if law enforcement isn't looking at the bookstores and the book fairs, then they're really missing an opportunity to figure out what these people are doing.
What a well put together video by Jonathan. And even though I disagree with Dr. Carlin a lot, I will give her credit that she does do some work that actually is of merit. I'm never going to discount somebody. I don't think she's on the right side. I think she acts horrifically. But I'm going to say she does do some work that is of merit. And that's as kind as I'm going to be about it, because she's been absolutely disgusting and horrific to me. She's been absolutely disgusting to me, and I'm still going to give her a little respect for her work. Dee Dee, my husband is a veteran, Navy, my brother is Army, and my son is now a Marine. Happy Veterans Day to all the vets, and thank you for all our freedom. Dee Dee, big love and respect to your entire family, sis. God bless you all. Trenna, we need you and Tommy there. Man, I'm actually going to be meeting up with Tommy very soon. That's going to be a surprise, though, because if I say anything, people like Dr. Carlin are going to dox us to Antifa and let people know where Tommy's going to be. And there are people that literally want to harm Tommy, and we have to keep Tommy safe, man. He's a good dude. He says some stuff that I'm like, whoa, but, you know, at the same time, it's his freedom of speech. And I don't want to censor anybody. Justin Michael said, let's all remember our brave veterans tomorrow who served our great country. Happy Veterans Day. You know, and I just want to say, as a son of a combat Marine who, served in Vietnam, you know, it's a very solemn day for him. He has a really rough time. Please honor Veterans Day, but please don't say Happy Veterans Day to veterans, because most veterans are in a place of mourning on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Arkid Stoner, hey man, second super chat ever on YouTube. Dude, thank you so much for being here. Thoughts on America First only. Anything else would be treason, would you agree? Was it bad today? So here's the thing. I am America only. I am America First. I am America only. I expect everyone from every other country to have the same look about their country, because that's how we fix the problems in our country. And then if your country is doing so good that you have a surplus of money and everybody's taken care of, then help other people. But until America is fixed and everybody's doing good and we don't have veterans on the streets and we don't have kids going to bed starving at night, we shouldn't be giving a single solitary fucking penny to another country. I'm sorry, that's what it is. In my book, that's where I stand. I respect everybody else's views, but for me, that's my bottom line, brother. Paladin Dig, they just a Nazi problem. That's true, bro. Tarjack, what's up? Raw to my old battalion, 1st Combat Engineer Battalion. Thank you for your service and sacrifice, my dude. You are loved and respected here. Adventures with Maxwell, perfect example of psychological grooming. Think for yourself, and God bless America. God bless you, and God bless Maxwell. King of Hearts, thank you so much. Captain Sasquatch is here with the Epstein files. That chicken's coming for you, bro. I'm fucking ready, bro. You know what they say about dudes that work out all the time? We're big hungry. King of Hearts, 1095. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. Dominar said, shout out to all my fellow veterans and active duty service members, and especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice to make this country free. Remember, freedom isn't free. It has a cost. And better men than me heard that call. Better women than me heard that call. And they went out and made that sacrifice, and I will always honor that. And you as well, Dominar. I love you. Thank you. Alan Blackwell, that support is huge. Thank you so much, dude. Ricky, what's up, dog? How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Trena, love you. Dave the Badger, God bless you, sir, and God bless America. God bless you, Dave. Thank you so much, bro. Ricky said, hey, brother, I've been out for 18 years after doing 15 and 10 in Supermax. Sober for 17 years and changed my life. Just got my new MPAA sweatshirt. Much love. Dude, I am so honored that you are out there doing what you're doing, in recovery, repping the gear, bro, repping the community. I love you, brother. What an amazing and inspiring story. I absolutely love you, man. All of us who've been down that road need to stick together and light the path so that others don't go down the same way that we did, man. Big respect. Why is it always just like straight up the most basic shit over and over and over again? Tons of cuss words, zero intellect, zero energy. Why are their chants always so basic? It's basic bitchery, dog. I'm not into it. I'm not into their basic ass chants. Here we go. Let's check this one out. When they're lighting shit on fire, that's when it gets interesting to me. Anytime, any day, punch a fascist in the face. It was too many words, so the crowd didn't pick up on it. Anytime, any day, punch a fascist in the face was too many words for the rest of the crowd to remember. Berkeley is so proud. These people at Berkeley are so proud of what they're doing to their community. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts. They're cheering on somebody's shitbox. That's crazy. That car was about to die. Oh yeah, drag him. That's a full-on drag it right there. He's getting drug. What a drag it. Dirty drag it. Yeah, get him. Damn, bro, his whole tighty whities. The whole tighty whities, the whole back end, the whole tighty whities on that drag it getting dragged. Just showing right there. God. Ugh. Ugh. Man, Turning Point got some great footage tonight, you guys, down there. That's absolutely nuts. That's nuttery. What is this? This is what we already watched. Here we go. Here's some new. California is getting a taste of an Antifa direct action.
Last hour, we've highlighted for you as some fights broke out in this crowd. Again, we know 2 people have been detained as emotions are high and tensions are
look,
high.
He has
As we saw
multiple
some of
people
those
beating on him.
protesters clashing with people.
He had multiple people beating on him. That's that dude, the dude in the black hoodie. Watch this. The dude in the black hoodie that was like calling him white boy and yelling at him. Look at this. You can see he's got multiple people beating on him. The dude in the red shirt that we saw with all the blood on his face. You can see it. There are multiple people jumping
as
in.
Emotions are high and tensions are high, as we saw some of those protesters clashing with people waiting in line to get inside. We know the university
no wonder
has
he got
added
bloody.
enhanced security measures. They've called in a lot of police from Berkeley as well as UC Berkeley, and Turning Point USA has also hired some of their own independent security to be on campus. There are strict policies to actually get inside of Zeller-Bach Hall, but we know certainly tensions are high outside of Zeller-Bach Hall right now. We want to show you some more video here of some of that law enforcement presence as they took at least one last hour.
That's crazy. So we got to see very directly there in real time. You saw it as soon as I did, that they were straight up had multiple people jumping that dude. That dude had multiple people jumping him, which that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So, you know, what I'm seeing right now is there's not a single person that is out there streaming, from at least my sources, that are streaming in Portland tonight. I'll bet you it's super dead because it's very cold here. A supreme love. My mother grew up in southwestern Africa. These leftists have no idea what they think they want. Facts on that, my guy. Facts on that. Angus said, here in the Great White North, it's a Remembrance Day, but I support and salute both Canada and USA vets. Our armed forces should be remembered together, not separate. We are the peace in the West. Love ya. And bro, if we bundle together, that gives us a whole lot more war crimes on our tally sheet. Cause y'all got some dope war crimes, bro. I'm just playing with you. You know I love you, bro. Space Viking, we're witnessing in real time that anyone who depends on the government can easily be starved by the government, and people still want communism. Make it make sense. It'll never make sense, bro, because it's stupid. It's stupid. Bill, thank you so much, big dog. Hell yeah, I appreciate you. Cats rule. A blessed Veterans Day to all our heroes. We are forever grateful. I echo that. Captain Sasquatch, call really surprised there ain't been no people that drive by, if you get what I'm saying. You know, you've got a really good point there. Dude's detail. These Antifa don't realize the amount of militias stacking ammunition and training to use our Second Amendment rights. The vets are salty. Antifa has no chance. Idaho boys, Dude's detail squad will represent. Hell yeah. Darth Knox. Even though Memorial Day is for our fallen, I remember mine on Veterans Day. Both those fallen in war and fallen to the demons that haunted them after. And that's, I think, what my dad goes through is he's, you know, it's all so, it intersects. It's such a complex intersection for him because he lost so many people over there. BA Technologies, thank you. Yo, homie, love that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for sharing all the shit going on in the streets because if they don't have a chance, wait till they wake up. Wait till the woke end up in the chipper. Yeah, absolutely, dude. And like, here's the thing. I think it's important that we have somebody who's in touch with what's going on the streets and getting the actual on the street shit. I like to do it in Portland. I like to be connected to people who do it in Seattle and Berkeley so we can actually see what's going on because the news oftentimes isn't going to tell us, homie. I love you and I appreciate that support. Thank you so much, BA Technologies. Angus said, Canada made the list. Let us lose to perfect it. Yeah, my guy. Hell yeah. Dave the Badger, Idaho stands with our veterans and we stand for our guns. Hell yeah. I wish, you know, there's so many good, gun-carrying, red-blooded, patriotic Americans here in the state of Oregon. But places like Portland and Eugene, where I live outside of, seem to be what everybody associates Oregon with. Even though I feel like there's way more rational fucking, patriotic people. Not, I hate my country, I hate this place, I hate God, I hate everybody who disagrees with me types. I think there's a lot more normal, rational people, and we just don't see it. So Oregon, I think, has gotten a bad name, and I think there are really good people here. Deuce said, what's up, Deuce? Love you, bro, and love America. Saw Tommy on Sunday. Yes, that's what's up, man. And Dave said, your voice matters. We're watching. Love you, bro. I love you, too. Each and every one of you guys, man. I absolutely love you. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for riding out with us. Thank you for giving me a community to be a part of. Thank you for being a part of my community, our community. Thank you guys for riding out with me over and over and over again. I love you. I hope that something that I said today inspires you, helps you to be a better person, brings you closer to God or to your family or to this country, whatever it is that makes your life better. I love you guys, and I want the best for every single one of us. I'm going to jump off here, but I'll be back real soon. Until the next one, it's always one love, baby. Be good or be good at it, y'all.